A story about Bruno Fernandes leaving for El Hilal on a mega contract for massive amounts of money in the transfer fee for Manchester United is not going to surprise any Manchester United fan at all. But there is another story hitting the morning papers tomorrow on Sunday before Manchester United's game against West Ham, which is going to read that negotiations have carried on and talks continue for Bruno Fernandes' demands and what he actually wants from Al Hilal to make that move. The report has come out from the Daily Mirror in particular about Bruno Fernandes' stance on this, and they are talking about Bruno and what he wants from El Hilal wage-wise, contract-wise, for him to make this move, to be absolutely dragged away from Manchester United, because we all know as a Manchester United fan base that Bruno Fernandes does not want to leave Manchester United. But Bruno Fernandes entering the last 2 years of his contract with a lucrative offer, which is going to be upwards of £1 million a week wages, which is staggeringly stupid in football terms anyway, and that's Bruno Fernandes set for life. Is Bruno Fernandes the type of player that is going to leave Manchester United? I think he's made for bigger and better things, I do, but why is it not being put to bed? And it is frustrating for a Manchester United fan to constantly read out all the stories about Bruno Fernandes. And this story is out on social media now, but it's going to hit the tabloids tomorrow. El Hilal, over £1 million a week for Bruno Fernandes. The fee for Manchester United, reported fee, get this, 125 million. Now, I've done live shows on this before, but tonight I just wanted to do a separate video just to put this to bed once and for all. I'm going to ask everybody to just drop a comment in the comment section and say, look, as a Manchester United fan, you know what Bruno Fernandes means. You know what he means to Manchester United. You know what the club means to him. You know what he does for us. You know his numbers that he puts up. You know that he has been the one player that has earned a new contract at United and is actually valuable at Manchester United. He's our biggest and greatest assets. Everyone knows this. But for 125 million, 100% profit, would you sell Bruno Fernandes for that price? That's the question I'm asking you right now. Bruno, if he's negotiating, or if there's any thought of Bruno leaving and negotiating a contract with El Hilal right now, and this story could be complete bullshit. It really could, and I hope it is. But if I know that Bruno Fernandes is actually contemplating this, then he's out of the door. I wanted Bruno Fernandes to come out. I wanted someone from the club to come out. I know Ruben has said he wants to build a team around Manchester United, around Bruno Fernandes at Manchester United. He wants to do everything he can to make Bruno Fernandes stay. Now, that statement from Ruben Amorim alone started ringing alarm bells with me. And I've done another show on that before as well. And I did it live, talking about why this didn't sit well with me. Like, what else can you do to keep Bruno Fernandes at Manchester United? If Bruno Fernandes is using El Hilal to get a better contract at Manchester United, and I don't want Bruno Fernandes. And that's just my gut, honest feeling right now. If someone would have asked me that question and said, this is what's happening, and this is what's being reported. And again, I'll say it, nothing has come out significantly from Manchester United to say otherwise right now, and I just need it too. But if this is all out there, and this all actually comes out that Bruno is actually negotiating and is thinking about going to El Hilal, are you selling him? But just that straight answer. Get into the comment section and let me know. Even a simple yes or no answer. Would you sell Bruno Fernandes if you had a feeling, or if you knew that he was negotiating with El Hilal to get more money? Like, I don't want Manchester United to give Bruno Fernandes any more money on a contract. It would be ridiculous if United offered Bruno a new deal now, especially with the money that he's on. The highest paid player at Manchester United pretty much right now. We cannot be going any more off the back of that season that we've just witnessed. And I love Bruno. And I think he is the one player that has stood up this season and has actually been counted. But I'm sorry, 350 grand a week is too much for anybody at Manchester United when we're performing this shit. It's not on. It's not worth it. And if he has still carried on, or his agent even, it could be all driven from his agent, this, actually negotiated a bigger deal off the back of what El Hilal offered at first, for him to go at the end of this season, like literally as soon as the season finishes. It sounds wrong, doesn't it? Like, even when you think of that there, like Bruno Fernandes leaving as soon as the season finishes to go to the Club World Cup with El Hilal. No. I don't think that happens. And it doesn't sound right at all. And I get it, if like Bruno Fernandes is actually just like holding counsel until the end of the season and then he's going to come out and announce it, would be great. But Fabrizio Romano has said that El Hilal are not going away. There's another story coming out in the Mirror which is saying that El Hilal have upped their bid and are going to offer Bruno Fernandes substantially more. They are completely open to whatever Bruno Fernandes demands. That's what's being said in this report. Now that is enough to at least get a player in and talking. Bruno Fernandes should be just giving this a resounding no, or he goes. Simple. Like, if he's negotiating, then he's gone for me. And we've heard nothing from Bruno yet on this, so I'm not even judging him on it yet. But if it does turn out that he has been negotiating with El Hilal, then he has to go, surely, doesn't he? And he's my favourite player, as everybody knows on this channel. I love Bruno Fernandes. I don't want him to go. I understand that we need to sell a player if that bid is genuine. If Bruno is thinking about it, United need to accept it. That's what I'm saying. 125 million is absolutely massive for Manchester United, and it can rebuild our team to a different level than what we were already planning. And there are big plans in the offing for United, as we know. But Bruno, again, like, him right now as a player is massive for Manchester United, and I do believe is irreplaceable. You cannot get a replacement in for Bruno Fernandes. You could get 3 or 4 players in that change the team that make Man United play better than what we would with just Bruno there. That's a fact. And that's a deciding factor for me. If this is genuine. Look, if Bruno says he doesn't want to go, end of story. Job's a good one. Bruno stays, United move forward, we build a team around Bruno Fernandes. And again, I said this earlier on as well, I think Bruno Fernandes staying at Manchester United, or Ruben Amorim looking to keep the likes of Bruno and Casemiro, he's all for Ruben Amorim and the next year in front of him. He's not looking past the next 2 years because, let's be honest, what manager ever lasts more than 2.5 years at Manchester United unless they're really successful? So who is actually going to do it for Ruben Amorim right now more than Casemiro and Bruno Fernandes? Nobody in his eyes. There's no one that he can bring in that he can actually say, bang on, boom, there you go. Without Bruno or Casemiro still being in the side, is going to make any difference to Manchester United. There isn't. If you lose Bruno, then you're losing the heart and soul of Manchester United and what Ruben Amorim has got out of this team. We would not be in the Europa League final. We would be in the relegation zone if Bruno Fernandes was not at Manchester United. That's what Ruben's got in his team right now, and that's why Ruben is clinging on to Bruno Fernandes. But I say it again, I've not heard anything from Bruno Fernandes, and this is a conversation I don't want to have because I don't want Bruno to leave. If the offer's there and it is genuine, which everyone's saying is, United need to consider this, but it has to come from Bruno. If Bruno is even thinking about it, United accept the 125 million and we move on and we get another player in. It's as simple as that. Let me know what your thoughts are. I just wanted to put that out. Get in there. If you have got any inkling at all that Bruno is actually demanding more money from El Hilal, is that the end? Give this video a like if you're loving the content. Make sure you hit that subscribe button up on your screen right now if you're loving all of the Manchester United updates here on Forever United TV. I'm Adam. Get into the comment section and talk to me, everybody.